If all the windows you're going to clean are small and you can reach them without a pole, then all you'll need is the standard 12-inch Ettore brass or stainless steel squeegee. If you'll be needing to use different size squeegees for different windows, then the quick release handle will allow you to change the channel sizes. And if you need to use the squeegee on a pole, then you'll need the Super System handle. This will allow you to squeegee across the glass and get into the frame more easily. It is very important to only apply a small amount of pressure. If you can still see a film on the glass after using the squeegee, then you have used too much pressure. To learn how much pressure to apply, squeegee the glass with the normal amount of pressure you would normally use. Then do it again with half that pressure and see if it still worked. Then do it again with half that pressure again. Remember, if you have a bad rubber, then pressing hard will not fix it. Pressing hard will cause the squeegee to lose its sharp edge and not remove the water. Remember, the professional window cleaners change their rubbers regularly, and you can do this by holding the rubber between your thumb and forefinger and pulling out the holding clip. Do this also at the other end, and firstly turn the rubber over and replace it before buying a new one. Most people, when they first try to use a squeegee, get a result like this. It works well here, but not here. The thing that changed from the area where it worked to the area where it didn't work is the angle that the rubber was on the glass. We call this the base distance, and on these Ettore squeegees it should be about 2.5 to 3 inches or 7 centimeters. If the base distance changes, then this causes the squeegee not to work. It is especially critical when poling, as the angle and base distance are always changing as you pole down the window. Once you have the pressure and base distance under control, you are ready to use your squeegee. Try squeegeeing down the glass, bringing the leading edge forward. If you squeegee and the leading edge is trailing, then you will cause the squeegee to leave a streak. Now try and squeegee across the glass, and make sure you keep the leading edge forward. Notice that it is easier to squeegee across instead of down. This is because it's easier to control the base distance, the leading edge, and the drips when you are squeegeeing across. Notice that when we squeegeed this window, we left some water and chemical around the frame, particularly from where we started. This happens because we put our dry squeegee onto wet glass. If we dry the edge first that we want to squeegee from, and then place our dry squeegee blade in the dry area, we will not have this problem. This can be done with a rag, but it is better to use the end of the squeegee. This is called cutting the edge. Place your dry squeegee blade in the dry area and squeegee across the glass, keeping your leading edge forward, your base distance constant, and using as little pressure as possible. As your leading edge is forward, you should pull the top edge of the squeegee into the frame first, before increasing your base distance, and then you will need to pull the rest of the squeegee into the frame. Always dry your blade before placing it back on the window. Keep squeegeeing across the glass, overlapping the previous stroke by about 1 inch or 3 centimeters. If you have deep window frames, you may be better off using the Ettore Ledger. It has an extended head at a different angle for getting into deep frames. If you need to clean large sheets of glass, you may want to use a larger squeegee. The Super Channel is excellent for this purpose, and it also works well for poling. These large squeegees come with a swivel handle and with a quick release that allows you to change the channel sizes. When you need to wash windows up high using a pole, you will need to use a larger washer, and make sure you use the Super System T-bar. This will allow you to wash the windows more quickly. When squeegeeing high windows on a pole, always use the Super System squeegee. The squeegee can be adjusted to make sure the leading edge can come down the glass first. Or if you are squeegeeing across, that the leading edge comes across the glass first. The larger squeegees will work better for poling, as they allow for increased base distance as you squeegee down or across the glass. Cobwebs are hard to remove with brooms as the bristles are always facing the wrong way to grab the web off the surface. Ettore has two great products for this. First, the Super Brush is specifically designed to grab webs off the glass, and its super system design allows you to get into any hard to reach areas. To clean the Super Brush, simply run it across the grass before putting the web or the spider in your vehicle. The other is the Cobweb Head, and this is used to remove cobwebs from the inside of buildings. You have probably seen professional window cleaners move the squeegee very quickly over the window, and it looks a bit like magic. They use this method because the side-to-side method can be a bit slow. They don't want to be wiping the frames and taking their squeegee off the glass all the time. When using the fanning method to squeegee glass, the same rules apply as we have learnt in the side-to-side method. 1. Use less pressure. 2. Keep the base distance constant at 3 inches or 7 centimeters. 3. Keep the leading edge forward. 4. Start on a dry area of glass. And 5. Dry the blade every time before you start your next stroke. We will start by cutting the edge, but this time we'll use the whole squeegee on an angle, and we'll cut the first side, the top and the other side all in one stroke. Now before we use the squeegee again, we'll need to dry the blade. We do this by creating a neutral zone lower on the glass, and then we change the direction by using the trailing edge as our new leading edge. Remember, the trailing edge was wet, and now we need to dry it by squeegeeing over dry glass before we start using it to squeegee the water. Make sure you keep the correct pressure, the leading edge forward, and the base distance constant as you work your way across the glass before creating a new neutral zone to dry the blade again before using it to squeegee. When you get down to the bottom of the glass, keep going wide to the corners, and then on your last stroke, move the squeegee down to the bottom frame. The Ettore backflip is 4 window cleaning tools in one. First, you can separate them and use the washer and squeegee separately. Or you can use the washer on one side and the squeegee on the other side for poling. Or you can use the squeegee and washer at the same time. This is great for cleaning warm glass as it never gets time to dry before you run over it with the squeegee. These Ettore backflips are available in 10, 14 and 18 inch. If water drops have been left to dry on glass, the water evaporates, but the minerals in the water will bond to it. This can be caused by sprinkler systems, silicone seals leaching, water running over metal parapets, concrete paths being hosed onto the glass, or simply from minerals that are in the water being left to dry on the glass. If you need to remove water spots from glass, get the Ettore water spot remover. This can be applied to the glass with a rag or a white scourer and will remove the spots.